Okay, I'm going to explain this 2-speed rear. I already showed you on the rear what 2-speed means. See, this shifter looks like a normal 5-speed shifter. I can't see anything anymore. The shifter knob's worn out. I don't think this is even the right knob. But you notice this little button over here, it's all chewed up. It goes out and in. Okay, in is your low gear. So what I'm talking about, I mean your low part of your axle. What I'm talking about is, here's the factory sticker. See, it says 1 low, 1 high, 2 low, 2 high, 3 low, 3 high, and so on. And it'll tell you how to split them. You should split them when you have a lot of weight on the truck, because over here it says use high range for highway and use low range for off-road. Well, you split your gears, so if you're pulling heavy weight, it's not so heavy on the motor and gives you a little bit more road speed as you're shifting. Now, if you're empty, what I usually do is I'll shift all through low, 1 through 4 and low, and then I'll go 5 and then 5 high. What I mean by that is I'll just shift this truck normally through the gears. This transmission is synchronized, so it's not, you don't have to worry about a clutch brake or anything. But I'll just shift right through all the gears, and then when I get to 5th, which is over here, I'll pull out on the switch. I'll let off the throttle and go back on the throttle, and usually the differential will shift into high then. If it doesn't, sometimes these fuck up and you have to push the clutch in while you're going and let it back out, and it'll shift into high. Okay, but if you want to split, if you're pulling a lot of weight and you want to split every gear, this is how you do it. Okay, so I'm in first. Push the clutch in, put it first. The button's all the way in, that's first low. Okay, then to shift into 1 high, pull the button out, let off your throttle, go back on your throttle. Usually it'll shift. If it doesn't, push the clutch in, let the clutch back out. Usually when these older ones get worn out, you have to push the clutch to give it some time to shift the axle, give it a little bit more time. Okay, now say I'm in 1 high, say I want to go to 2 low. I'm going to split 2 also. What I'll do is I'm in first gear, I'll push the button in, push the clutch in, go over to 2, up into 2, with the clutch back out, the button's still in, I'm in 2 low. And as I did that shift, the axle switched back into low because the button was in while I was still in gear. Now, if you're in gear and you have it, say you have it in high and you push the button in before you're going to shift, sometimes it'll mess up. Like it'll go, say I'm in 2, I was in 2 high and I pushed it in and was going to go to third low. Sometimes it'll mess up and it'll put you back into 2 low, and you'll feel the truck go slow way down on you. But okay, so right now I'm in 2 low. So if I want to go to 2 high, like I said, pull the button out, push the clutch in, let it out, and that'll give it enough time to shift, especially if it's a little bit older. If not, you could just let off the throttle and go back on the throttle, and usually it'll shift. Okay, so I'm going to go to 3 low right now. So I'll push the button in, push the clutch in, pull it to 3rd, the clutch back out, you're now in 3rd low. And so on and so forth. Same thing. You just, while you're in gear, you could shift that into high and low before you shift. So it's nothing that you have to fly to do. Because say I'm in 3rd high right now. I'm going to go to 4 low. I'll just push it in. As long as I'm on the throttle, it's not going to shift. As long as the truck's pulling, it's not going to shift. But as soon as I push that clutch in and pull it out of gear, it's going to shift into low. There you go, there's low 4. And then you're going on there low 4. Same thing. 4 high, just let off the throttle, back on the throttle. Usually it'll go into high. And then 5th, you go 5 low, 5 high. But like I said, usually you could drive and just go all the way through till you hit 5th. That's what I usually do. Pull the button out, push the clutch in, let it out, and then it'll be in 5 high, and then you got your highway speed. And then when you're jumping off the highway, you could downshift. Same way too, you could downshift all the way low. It's a little rough if you're not splitting high and low all the time. More so if you're loaded. But normally I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high, especially if I'm getting on the highway, because I'm just carrying my tools around this truck. But if I was pulling a lot of weight, I'd split probably almost all of them, all the gears. And this transmission, particularly low, is at first is really, really low, and it's hard to get it to shift in the second because it's geared so low. So usually I'll split that one. If I have to start out in one, I'll definitely split one low to one high, then the two low, and then it makes it a little bit easier. But normally if I'm just hauling my tools around, just start out in second. Alright, thank you.